all want to look younger, right? I mean, unless you are younger and then you want to look older, but for the most part it's the other way around. We're always trying to figure out ways to have a more youthful appearance. So I thought it would be helpful to put together a video sharing with you some tips and tricks I have learned through watching other tutorials on some makeup mistakes that you might be making that are actually making you look older. So let's get started. Okay, so I thought what I would do first is start with my lips. I can't stand doing videos and not having anything on my lips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my lip exfoliator and get rid of all of the dead skin on my lips. And this is a really nice sugar scrub. Kind of rub that together. And then I take a towel and I just really rub that in. Get off all the dead skin, get rid of all that excess makeup. Look at that. Okay, so that's really, honestly, I feel like the key, the first step. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Pampas lip liner. What you want to do is make sure that you're lining your lips to prevent feathering, because what happens is over time that skin around your lips starts to cause your lip color to feather. So when you line your lips, you can prevent that feathering from happening. And what I do is I actually kind of take that liner and I fill in my lips as well. So then that way, as my lip color wears, whatever color I'm wearing, it's not as obvious, that really harsh line from your lip liner. So Pampas, this is a great color. It looks great on everyone. You could also do a nude. I mean, honestly, you could do anything that you wanted. Okay, but you can see I'm just filling in the lips and it's going on a lot smoother because I exfoliated. Then I'm going to go along the lower line. But I'm going to go in and I'm just going to put a little bit of my Luxe gloss on top. And you can see that's really nice. I like our glosses because they're not sticky. You could do a lipstick, you could do a bonbon, whatever. But now, because I've lined my lips, that color is going to stay more on my lips and it's not going to feather out throughout the day. Because I'm going to show you a tip on how to give yourself more full looking lashes in a way that you may not have ever even thought about. Okay, so next let's talk about blush. It's a great way to bring warmth back into the skin, but there are some techniques for that, so let me show you. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blusher brush and my Moodstruck pressed blusher in the shade Sisterly. It's a really nice light pink color. When it comes to blush, you definitely want to use more of a lighter shade, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of that onto my blusher brush, tap off any excess, and then I'm going to go very light and I'm going to pull it up, okay? And that's going to just give you a little bit more of a lift. It's going to bring that warmth back into the skin, and it's definitely easier for this particular formula with the newer blush to use a lighter hand and just to get really nice warmth and color back into the skin. Again, you want to pull it up and away to kind of lift everything. Step for us are brows, and I'm trying to find, there it is, my Brow Artist brush, and I love to use my Moodstruck Brow Obsession palette in the shade Dark Brunette Black. Now that is because I have a little bit of darker roots and darker hair, but I will tell you, when you have more mature skin, you want to go lighter with the brows, really. So what I'm going to do today, you can see that there are two brow kind of shades here that you can pick from. Excuse me, my nose itches. Don't you just love that? I'm going to go in with this lighter one so you can really see what I'm talking about. I'm just going to put a little bit onto my Brow Artist brush, and you really just want it to be nice and soft and natural looking, really nice short strokes to kind of just fill in that brow. Now I will tell you, I am blessed. I have very nice brows, but even then I like to go in and fill them in because it gives you honestly, it gives you a more youthful appearance, and it really helps to frame your face, frame your eyes, bring that attention to your eyes. So that's why you want to kind of go and start filling in those brows. And I recommend, if you are not filling in your brows at all, you definitely want to go lighter, because if you go with a darker color, it's going to just be very, very drastic. Start out light, and then over time you can always get darker. And again, I'm just putting a little bit onto the side of my angle brush here and just kind of sweeping that very nice and lightly through my brows to just give a really nice natural looking fill. And then if you are going to use a gel, don't press down on your brows and make them matte. Again, you just want to kind of pull that through very, very lightly, just to tame your brows a little bit, but still give them some natural flow, I guess you could say. So don't press too heavy, just keep it nice and light when you are taming those brows. Let's talk about eyeshadows. You definitely want to make sure that you are doing something that's matte and it's going to give you just a little bit more of a softer appearance. So I created this palette today. I'm using Joyful, Astute, Earthly, and Understood, which hopefully you can kind of see. It's a nice little light pink color. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with Astute and put that onto the end of my fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to just dust this into the crease and just add a little bit of definition to the eyes. Nothing crazy. And take out my blending brush and just blend that out so that there are no harsh lines. And then I'm going to go in with that darker brown color, Earthly, and again put that a little bit on my fluffy crease brush. And I really want to focus on pulling that color up, not necessarily down, because that will make your eye look a little bit droopy. But again, just putting a little bit of that color into the outer corner to add some dimension into the eye. And then taking that blending brush and blending that out. Then I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to take this Understood, this really nice light pink color. I'm going to press this onto the lid. You can really, though, whatever kind of color scheme you are into, you can rock it. I know you can. It's just definitely keep it matte, definitely keep it soft, and not necessarily use super dramatic colors if you really just want a little bit more of a youthful appearance. And then if you're going to use a metallic, just use a little bit. Use it on the very center of your lid. I'm going to use my cream shadow brush, and again with that Joyful, just kind of press that right in the center of the lid there. To add, you can see that it just adds a little bit of dimension. I'm not going crazy with that Joyful there, but it just brightens the eye up. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for the eyeshadow piece. I'm going to use my precision pencil in the shade Proper, and these pencils, you do want to make sure that they are sharpened. Oh no, mine just popped out of the little sharpener holder. Let me get this back in here really quick. It's nice because you can open this up and empty it out, and it's going to give you a rounded yet sharpened tip. Okay, so do you see that? It's not super pointy, so it's not going to poke you in the eye. I like that. And when you're lining your eyes, you really want to just focus on right along the lash line. Don't make it super thick and heavy. And when you do this along the lash line, what this is going to do is it's just going to give the appearance of fuller lashes, okay? And then you don't want to line the bottom. That's going to just really close the eye in. You want to focus on just lining the top, okay? So you can see I'm staying really close to the lash line, just using really nice short strokes. But when I put that mascara on, it's going to give the appearance of fuller lashes. I can't really talk and line very well, so let me speed this up. Perfect. Okay, so next what I'm going to do, really quick before I forget, for the eyeliner, they are waterproof and smudge proof, so they're not going to budge throughout the day. And especially because I use that eye primer, I forgot to mention that earlier, because I use that eye primer, it's definitely going to stay in place. Okay, Now let's move on. For your lashes, the key is to make sure that your lashes are separated. I like to stick my mascara down my shirt because that is going to warm it up, and you want to make sure the lid's on tight. One thing that I like to do to really make sure my lashes are separated is to use my Moodstruck Epic Lash Primer. What this is going to do, it's going to condition your lashes, but it's also really going to make sure that those lashes are separated. So I just put this on, and I like this because it goes on white, so you can definitely see where your lashes are, which I think is funny because you would think because your lashes are dark that you could see them, but maybe it's just because you're not used to seeing white on your lashes that you're like, oh, now I see every single little lash, and I'm going to go along the top too. That's going to give more full looking lashes as well. So I just coat that on. And then I go in with my mascara. And I'd like to twirl it out of the tube. This is my 4D One-Step Fiber Mascara. And I like to just start at the root and kind of wiggle the wand a little bit and then pull that through. And again, this is going to really make sure that those lashes are nice and full and long looking without being clumpy. And then for me, for my lower lashes, what I like to actually do is I use my regular Epic mascara because my lower lashes are really long. And then also if you use eye creams that are oil based, they will cause your mascara to smudge. So I recommend using waterproof. The regular Epic and the 4D mascara are water resistant, but they're not waterproof. So that is a difference. There you have it. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. If you have any questions about any of the products that I use in this video, please do not hesitate to ask. If you like these types of videos where I kind of do an in-depth tutorial addressing some makeup mistakes or concerns, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so that way anytime I post a new video, you are notified. Have a great day.